Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Riri Satriananda. You can call me Lisa. And I'm in a 4th semester of English Education Department. English for primary learner is learning how to teach English lesson for elementary school through the media. For the Lubuk Linggau area that was one in the red zone by the coronavirus, I fully agree to learn either through Zoom or live to decide the spread of COVID-19. I think the positive side is the first, of course, to decide the spread of the coronavirus, and the second for teacher and student to understand more about technology, and the third time it's flexible. For negative side is, of course, more text. Sometimes I get a bad signal and then I get bored quickly because just studying at home, and sometimes slow to understand, listen. Suggestion for Miss Ayu, maybe please don't give a lot of text, and then please understand us. Sometimes we get bad signal, and then please don't be angry if we are slow to understand the lesson. But overall, it is fun to learn with Miss Ayu. Thank you. That's all for me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitri Novita. I'm 5th semester from English Study Program. English in elementary school is very necessary because of the early age factor where learning is still very easy to understand, captured by the brain, and attract children interest in English to the next stage in accordance with the implementation of the 2013 curriculum. English learning must still run properly even though it's online, with a very effective, interactive, and competitive strategy, which seem very suitable for alpha generation, either the condition is pandemic or not pandemic. Number 3, for the Zoom application, in my opinion, it must be conditioned because not all children have a laptop, where the Zoom application often has problems connecting to a cell phone. For example, on a voice connection for alert and Facebook are good for me, and the signal in the Lubuk Linggau region does not have significant obstacles. In my opinion, the positive side is the first, I have a lot of time for God and my family, and the second is my progress in exploring technology. In my opinion, these are two negative sides. The first is that you are easily stressed because I don't joke with my friend. The second is that you feel lazy. Finally, I don't have any means because, in my opinion, Miss Ayu has done is very good. So keep your previous excellence.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Lily Haryati. My nickname Lily. My student's registration number is 2118030. Now I'm 5th semester students of English Education Study Program. English for primary learners is a course about teaching English for young learners at primary school. In teaching students at primary school, we have to focus to explain some materials that easier and fun. For example, for first grade students at primary school, we can explain about colors with using some media such as colorful ball, origami paper, rainbow pictures, and others. But nowadays on pandemic situation, we can use Zoom application to teach our students and share our learning video and material on YouTube, so the students can learn on YouTube that very creative and interesting for students. I think in Lubuk Linggau area, especially in Majapahit, the provider to joining online class is really good because we can access the internet everywhere and anywhere according to the quota that we use on our smartphone. Joining online class on Zoom is a good alternative to protect ourselves because we don't have meet other friends in this situation. Okay, based on my opinion, online class has positive and negative effects. The positive effects of online class are: first, students more active in searching other material in other sources, and then students can record the material on their smartphone. Time in online class is really short than offline class. Online class will be consistent based on the syllabus, and students can join online class in anywhere. Okay, the negative effects of online class can be occur depending internet network, and then it depends of students' discipline. So if students are not disciplined, they will be late in learning. And then difficult to contact our classmates if they are a group task. And then the internet networking between one student to another students are different. And then students are less understand about the material because in joining online class, the students very relaxed, such as taking online class while sleeping, cooking, chatting, and doing other activities. My suggestion for the next subject with Mrs. Ayu, if we are still on pandemic situation, we can join online class as usual we do through group on Facebook and meeting on Zoom. Because I think Facebook and Zoom is applications that must be helped by all students nowadays. Okay, that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How have you been, everyone? I hope you fine. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Rul Hamida. I am a student of STKIP PGRI Lubuk Linggau. My department is English Education Study Programs. I am a 5th semester. My student registration number 2118012. Okay, in this video, this is a final project or final exam for English for primary learner course, and for the lecturer is Mrs. Ayu Oktaviani, M.Pd. For the first question is, what is English for primary learner, especially during class? In my opinion, English for primary learner is English to young children or to still in primary school, with the hope that they can be understand English for early age. For the daring class, we teach them talk a video and give an assignment to be understood. Beside that, we also use learning media so that we can connect it to our students. And the next, the virtual room by using LAR, Zoom, and also Facebook in our area. For me, the using such as Zoom, LAR, and Facebook in our area is suitable for this time and also really good for distance learning. This way is an alternative for me, especially as a student, so I don't need to leave the house to meet my friends. There are positive and negative effects by using virtual rooms such as LAR and also Zoom. The first one is positive effects. Positive effect has easier to communicate with friends, teacher, even from a distance. Next, easy to access and easy to use when we have learning class and the last, and it is also an appropriate alternative for learning media because we do need to meet friends during the current pandemic. And for the negative effects, by using virtual such as Zoom and LAR is when often constrained by the network, we can meet friends and hang out as usual and less, and other effects are the image when doing the video is not clear or blurry. Blur atau blur. My suggestion for Mrs. Ayu Oktaviani MPD, if we still on pandemic situation, I hope we can learn at WhatsApp because WhatsApp is very suitable for learning. Besides that, there are also a lot of people who teach through of this application. Okay, that's all I can say. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And last, I miss you, Miss.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Irmaliana. My student registration number is 211816. I am 5th semester and my major is English. What is English for primary learners? Everything must start from the basics, including learning English. If you understand the basic of English, it will be easier to learn more complex tenses. What do you think about virtual room by using Facebook? In the Sumber Harta sub-district, in the provider is good because taking online classes using Facebook is an interactive learning tool because we don't have to come to campus. Positive effect for online use. First, children have a lot of time at home with family. Second, various learning methods rather than just being in the classroom. Now they are more flexible in learning from home. Third, children are sensitive and adapt to change. For like it or not, children must explore technology. Negative effect online use. First, without schools, children who are victims of domestic violence are not detected by the teachers. Second, limitation of internet device and quotas as online learning support facilities and last, children to do not socialize now. Suggestion for next subjects. My advice is not much. Do your best, manage your time well, organize your study time so as not to waste time on assessments. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, I am Roselia. This video for the last project of English primary learners and our lecturer Mrs. Ayu Oktaviani MPD. The first I would like to introduce myself. My name is Roselia Putristari. My student registration number 2118003. I am 4th semester of English Education Study Program at STKIP PGRI Lubuk Linggau. And the next is, what is English for primary learners, especially in daring class? I think English for elementary students, especially for daring class, is not too complicated because we are learning English teaching techniques for elementary or kindergarten children. Then, when learning online, we can practice learning more with our younger siblings or our young neighbors, making it easier for us to learn English for elementary school students. And the third is, what do you think about virtual room by using Zoom and LARC and also Facebook in our area? At my place in Sukajadi, precisely in the West Lubuk Linggau Subdistrict 2, it is very smooth if we can learn to use online applications such as Facebook, Zoom, and LARC because there are no signal problems except when it rains and the lights go on. It will be certain that the signal is difficult. Learning through application during this pandemic is also good for accelerating the reduction of the coronavirus. And the fourth is positive and negative effect of using daring or virtual room. In positive, because you have lots of time at home with your family, you are more relaxed and you don't have to go back to college. In negative, limited technology, internet connection is the main obstacle. In addition, children often stare at the digital screen, which are not good for health. And the last one is suggestion for the next subject with Mrs. Ayu. If we are still on pandemic situation, what should we do in teaching by using online? If the pandemic is not over, then I advise you to keep learning to use online applications that can help the learning process such as Facebook, Zoom, and LARC. So that's all my explanation. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. I am Vina Baraka, 5 semester student of English Education Study Program at STKIP PGRI Lubuk Linggau. Okay, now I will explain to you all about the last assignment of the subject English for primary learners. So what is English for primary learners? I think English for primary learners, that's the subject study how to be a good or be creative teachers when we are going to be teacher in the future. So here we learn about the ways, about the creativity, how to take interested our children to learn, because in this situation or in this semester we in pandemic situation, I think using the virtual room like Zoom, LARC or Facebook group, it is the good ways for learn, because we will learn from everywhere. So the lecturer or the teacher give the good material in this semester. I think so. Then what the positive or negative effects from this system of learn? I think in virtual room there are positive and negative effects. So in positive effects, we have more spare time with our family in the room and we can learn together. So yeah, we can know about the all of applications that for learn like Google Classroom, Zoom, LARC, so Google Meet, and the others. So after that, the negative effect, I think we cannot meet with our lecturer, with our friends, and then we cannot get the class situation. I think so. The suggestion for Mrs. Ayu Oktaviani S.Pd in this semester or the next semester we can meet. I think you are a good teacher, so that be yourself, and then always give the good motivation for us. Okay, I think that's all my explanation and my suggestion. So thank you very much. The all of material in this semester, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Rosalina Pitalaka. I'm the 5th semester from English Education Department. Now I would like to answer some questions from Mrs. Ayu to complete my final assignment. English for primary learners, learning courses or subject taught in 5th semester in how to teach and materials that can be taught to elementary school children. However, during a pandemic like now, this course teaches that teaching English to elementary school children is at the social distancing with health protocols, like learning English through videos made for elementary students. What games are easy and can be done at home for elementary school children but still teach in English. On Jalan Magang Besar, Kelurahan Pasar Satelit, the provider is sometimes slow and erratic. It is very difficult when you are video via Zoom or LARC, especially when it is raining. Usually there is no signal at all. However, using Zoom and LARC can be kept the coronavirus away and comply with health protocols as the government requires it. Positive impact is the first is get various form material get very easily and also learn to do evaluation rather than learning alone wherever we are. Whether it can be done in campus and various other public places. Second is online learners will make it easier than students to get education from anywhere to educations where they want without having constraint on cost, time, to place. The third is the material can be accessed by students anywhere, anytime. With online learning, students can open material and study it easily. It is supported by rapidly developing technology that produce smartphone products. And we can study or read material while doing leisure activities like while listening to music, lying down, eating a snack, and so on. And the last is safe from dangers of coronavirus. The reason for coronavirus is that we cannot carry out the teaching and learning activities face-to-face at school, or this virus spread very quickly from human to human. Of course, it is learning is very useful to break the chain of spread of the coronavirus. And the negative is the first is the number of people who don't make use the time rather than online learning or make less use activities for online learning, so that we will get various form of learning online by opening Facebook. The second is increasing number of people who don't use the online learning system so that the time use is less important and detrimental of learners themselves. And the next is cyber crime that can attack online learning application. The development of technology also does not rule out the possibility of gaps in the system in an application. Next is the teaching and learning activities that are not as effective as face-to-face learning. Many students object because ineffective learning is obtained. And the last is task of fill up. Online learning system cannot ensure that students attend classes such as face-to-face classes. And in my opinion, what I can suggest in this English for primary learners subject, if it is still in pandemic, is hopefully we can use technology that can better utilize, such as not only using video calls such as Zoom or LAR, but also using other applications that make it easier for students to interact with others and fellow students. But for sure, I hope that this pandemic will quickly and start activities as before. Okay, that's all of my answering the question for Mrs. Ayu. Thank you so much for watching this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is S.Pd. I'm a student of English Education Study Program. So, what is English for primary learner? English for primary learner is the English teaching strategy for young learner in primary school. On pandemic situation, as we know that all of the activities totally changed, including in education. In education, learning process will change into learning online. So, in learning online, actually have positive and negative impact. Positive impact, the first is efficiency. Student and lecturer have efficiency, time, cost, and others. And the second, easy to play. Student and lecturer can join the learning process as long as the area have signal connection. And the negative impact, the first is student will not focus about the material that teach in this subject. And second, if a student or lecturer lost signal connection, so actually will be pilot class online learning. And the suggestion, if we have next semester still online in pandemic situation, the lecturer must make a deal with student about learning schedule. For example, student give 10 minutes consideration for student who late join in this class. But if the student late or pass the 10 minutes, so the student cannot join in this class. But I hope we back to normal situation. To be honest, I miss that moment. Okay. So that's all. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Elga Wulandari. My student registration number 2118031. I am 5th semester of English Education Study Program at STKIP PGRI Lubuk Linggau. Okay, the part is, what is English for primary learner especially in daring class? English for primary learner, especially in online classes, in my opinion, is not too difficult because the strategies, methods, and learning are easy to understand, especially for basic students. Of course, it doesn't cause boredom even talk using the online system, so learning can remain active as usual. The second is, what do you think about virtual room by using Zoom and LARD and also Facebook in our area? In my area, Cecar is quite good at taking online classes using Zoom, LARD or Facebook because it can limit us in social interaction to break the chain of spreading COVID-19. The third is positive and negative effect of using daring or virtual room. Positive impact. The first one, the material can be accessed by students anywhere and anytime. With smartphones, students can easily access material anywhere in open or closed rooms. In this COVID-19 pandemic situation, we can only do it in the homeroom. And the second one, we can study or read material while doing leisure activities, like while listening to music, lying down, eating snacks, and so on. Negative impact. The first one, provider. Sometimes the provider is not good, so the student will join Zoom meeting late. The second one, lack of learning because the student don't understand about the explanation. If the student don't understand, they will be lazy doing their tasks. And the last is suggestion for next subject with Mrs. Ayu. If we are still on pandemic situation, what should we do in teaching by using daring or online? If for suggestion, it seems that there is nothing for the subject of Mrs. Ayu, because in my opinion, Mrs. Ayu have provided good in the teaching and learning process with the current situation, and even with the application used, it doesn't burden us in capturing lesson. Okay, that's all my explanation. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sisma Kusumaningrum. Student registration number 2118001. I'm from 5th semester from English Department STKIP PGR Lubuk Linggau. In this video, I would like to explain about English for primary learner, Zoom meeting, positive and negative effect of using virtual room, and the last is my suggestion for Mrs. Ayu. The first question is, what is English for primary learner, especially in daring class? In my opinion, on pandemic situation, the teacher can use English same as usual, such as speaking, reading, listening, and writing. But the teacher should change the old technique in teaching, become modern technique. The teacher can ask application or media in teaching English for primary learner, such as Zoom, Zoom meeting, Google Classroom, quizzes, YouTube, and etc. In Zoom meeting, the teacher can ask students to read the text. In Google Classroom, the teacher can ask the student to write and the sentence, so the teacher will know their incorrect spelling and incorrect grammatical. In quizzes application, the teacher can give some exercise the student, such as listen in text, and the teacher on put a picture in the question. The second question is, what do you think about virtual room by using Zoom, Lark, and FB? In my area, it's better if using Facebook, because in Zoom meeting and Lark, if the provider is not good, we will lose the material or lectures, explanation, so the student will lack in learning. In the other side, in using Facebook, the learner can replay or watch the video until they understand. The next question, positive and negative effect of using daring. Positive effect of using daring, the teacher and the learner can think creatively in learning process. We will enjoy using daring or virtual learning because we only stay in the house. Negative effect of using daring, the first is provider. Sometimes the provider is not good, so the student will join Zoom meeting late. The second is lack of learning because the student don't understand about explanation. If student don't understand, they will be lazy doing their tasks. And the last question is suggestion for Mrs. Ayu. I don't have any suggestion for you, Mrs. Ayu, because you have already good in teaching English for primary learner, but it will be better if you can use another feature in Zoom meeting, for example, breakout Zoom. Okay, thank you for the attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ica Triunia Puspaningrum. I am from the 4th semester English Education Study Program. English for primary learner as how learning to teach English lesson for elementary school to the media. For the Lubuk Linggau area, the provider sound is good or bad depending on the weather. I think joining online class by using Zoom is one good alternative. Positive and negative. I think positive from online learning is the first, student think creatively. The second, foreign learning methods. The third, adapt to change. And the last, they can study while listening to music or ask family question. And the negative, my opinion is the first, the signal is the main reason because each region has a different network of the signals. The second, it is hard to understand what's explained. Since most the teacher just give out segment. The last, quota of limitation. My suggestion is that for Miss Ayu, I have understand better with the signal states because each area has a different signal. Okay, that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ponalita. My student's registration number is 2118025. I'm from English Education Department on the 5th semester. English for primary learner is a subject that learn about how to teach and apply English lesson for the primary learner, which in the kindergarten or elementary school from grade 1 until grade 6. Then we learn about how to create the materials to make it more attractive and interesting for the primary learners. Besides, we also learn about the great strategies that's suitable to teach primary learner. In this pandemic situation, we learn it by online class or daring. So we use the ICT and internet to learn and create the materials. Our teacher gives the material and instruction by using virtual class. Then we practice by using the ICT and sometimes a small group for face-to-face. The last, we make the online project by using social media or application to fulfill the assignment. In Lubuk Linggau, especially in Kecamatan Lubuk Linggau Barat 2, the provider is not good enough. So it is not effective enough to using the online or virtual class such as Zoom or Lark. The positive impacts of using the virtual class such as Lark or Zoom in this online class are the first one is really helpful to maintain the distance in this pandemic situation. And the second one is it helps us to improve our ability to using the ICT. And the negative impacts of using the virtual class in this online class are the first one is some people having trouble to join the virtual class. The second one is a little bit harder to understand the material well because the less opportunity for discussion. And the last one is for some subjects or lecturers, the timing is often irregular because some lecturers usually change the schedule even if in the weekend, so it is not effective enough, I think. My suggestion for the next semester with Mrs. Ayu Oktaviani, if we are still in daring or online class, it will be better if to set up a backup application other than virtual class. But even we are still using virtual class such as Zoom or Lark, it will be better to record the video and share it by using another application. So the students who cannot join the virtual class still can get and understand the material as well. Okay, that's all my answer of this question. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Krisdayanti. I'm from 5th semester of English education. Okay, I will answer about the question number 1. English primary learner is a lesson that teaches material for 5 students. And when studying during this pandemic, it makes students more creative. Can see colorful picture with animal design and also hear voice explanation through the video that was made. Students can see new things play while learning by using handphone and video sent by the teacher. Number 3. In the village of Sidomakmur, Zoom and Lark users are very helpful in making it easier for children to learn and so that children do not communicate directly with their friends to avoid the spread of COVID and makes children more better at home and study at home. Number 5. My advice, please be forgiven if you often get stretched while zooming and lark because the signal is a little less good. Overall, the best for you, miss. Okay, thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, my name is Vidya Julianti. My student's registration number 2118019, and I am the 5th semester student of English Education Department. English for primary learners is a lesson that teaches teachers or prospective teachers to teach English to elementary students in a fun and natural way, such as sing songs and play some games using learning media or application. In Lubuk Linggau Timur 2, especially in Serametalba area, the internet connection is good enough, even though sometimes if it rains, the signal is often interrupted. Learning by using Zoom or LAR application is a great alternative to replace teaching and learning activities in the classroom because the lecturer and the students can interact directly. Then in the Facebook applications, the students can also submit their assignments given by the lecturers. Even so, the internet quota needed to conduct video conference by Zoom or LARC is bigger. Not to mention that the signal or internet connections is often lost. Okay, the next is the advantages and disadvantages in learning online. And first, I would like to say the advantages in learning online. They are no need to leave the house and meet the other peoples or friends out there, especially during the pandemic. And the next is can study while doing other works. And the last is save costs because the internet quota costs is borne by the government. Okay, the next is the advantages in learning online. The first one, students find it more difficult to understand the material given by the lecturers or teachers. Second, students only do the tasks they are told to do, but the knowledge the students absorb is very, very little. The third one, of course, bad internet connections or signals is always a barrier to learn online smoothly. And the last one, not a few of students only get high scores but didn't get the knowledge. My next suggestions for the next course, if we're still in the pandemic period, using Zoom applications or Facebook is better for continuing teaching and learning activities. One more thing, for a final project or other assignments, I think it is better to do it individually because it is a shame if you just have to do the assignments in the group while the other group members only depend on one person and there is no effort, but they also get a good scores instantly. If it has to be in a group, I think it will be better if students choose their own group members or group members selected based on the students who are diligent in doing assignments. But overall, I like and enjoy online learning with Mrs. Ayu's class. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.